Welcome back to Real Estate Radio Washington, and we're talking D.C. real estate with Terry Belt of the Belt team, Keller Williams and McLean, and super duper awesome agents for many, many years in Vienna and McLean and Northern Virginia at large. And last segment, we started talking about kind of what's going on in the local market in terms of hot areas, cold areas, that kind of thing. And I know, Terry, you're not intimately working hands-on completely throughout the D.C. metro area, but in kind of your neck of the woods, give us a feel for, because it probably translates a little bit throughout the market on the types of areas that are still really hot and maybe some of the things you've seen softening a little bit, just for the listener to get a feel for that.
So, definitely so there's area and then there's price point and product type. Yeah. So the more affordable price ranges are certainly still experiencing the, what we saw the first half of the year.
Well, and interestingly enough, affordable is a term that probably needs some definition here. Right. In this area, that's probably 600 and below, would you say?
Exactly.
And whereas if we're in Des Moines, Iowa, that's 160 and below. Yeah. So
if you're in McLean, affordable is less than $1 million.
Right.
Right. In Vienna, Oakton, it's 600 or less. If you're out in Prince William County, Loudoun County, you're probably talking 400 or less. So.
Right.
So the more affordable price ranges are certainly still very, very active. Vienna in particular, the surrounding Vienna area is very, very hot. It continues to be very hot, where we are still experiencing multiple contracts and escalations and bidding and that type of thing. Not on every property, but homes that are sensibly priced and within the recent comparables and that are prepared well. So we see that.
So the thought that a seller can just toss their home on the market without much thought at some price that's above the market and count on being so hot that it's going to get sold that's not going to happen.
Changed a little bit.
Absolutely true. And that's probably the biggest difference between the big run-up in the market that we've experienced in this recent cycle that began really in January is when the faucet seemed like it was just turned on, compared to 2003 to 2006-07, where that was the case. I mean, the market was running up so fast, the seller just didn't, if you had a pulse and a sign, just put it up and it would go no matter what the price was and what appraise. And now that's the story of the market is if you miss and you overprice or you don't prepare properly, you don't do all the things that you should do to market your house properly, you're not going to have success.
Well, and that's in my experience, that's a big issue with really needing good realtor representation and good realtor help, because if we all know if you miss the price point and you chuck it on the market and you're $40,000 too high, now all of a sudden you got no traffic, nobody looking at it. Now your days on market start building up, which it's like a vicious cycle. You're overpriced, so nobody wants to come see the house. Your days on market start racking up on the MLS, so now the property starts looking bad and looking like there's something wrong with it. Now less people want to see it, and so on. To me, I mean that we've seen that so many times before. That's why you gotta have it priced right.
You don't want to
help doing this. You
don't want to get market worn. So
well, good. I think that's great advice for someone who's thinking about selling. I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say the upper price range seems to be slowing a bit too. So I think the story of the market now is also interest rates, what you guys do. So I think we can see a direct correlation with the run-up in rates over the past 6 months or so is affecting some people, which I tell you, if I'm a buyer and I've been waiting and I don't, there's different reasons why. There's always people that come into the market. That's always going to happen for life reasons, job reasons, whatever. But if I've just been waiting, I don't know why I'd be waiting right now, because the risk of rates going up are so much greater than them going down. If rates go up, you guys tell me, if rates go up at 1 percentage point, then I'm losing about 10% in affordability.
Yeah, right? That's about right. That's about right. I mean, if you're looking at an average house, $400,000 or $500,000 house, you're losing $40,000 or $50,000 in purchase price that you can buy.
And I don't see prices going down 10%.
No, I don't see prices going down. I don't see rates significantly going down. I think they've kind of filtered back down a little bit from the little spike we saw.
Had a pause,
yeah.
I think.
And what I think when the rates spiked up, it was such a psychological thing for people. I think it caused a lot of people to pause, sort of like the government shutdown did here. So I think if you're thinking to yourself, gee, we ought to be buying, or we're thinking about getting into the market, I would move forward.
Time is really not on your side.
You're going to save money if you move a little more quickly.
Yeah,
I think.
Time is not on your side to wait, for sure.